we think we'll be number 2 for some time to come in the U.S. and obviously aiming for number 1.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over some important news that came out for Tesla stock today. We're going to be talking about recent Elon Musk stock sales. We're also going to be watching a video that's related to Ford CEO talking about Tesla and why the stock price of Ford is actually one of the best performing stocks so far this year. So we're going to be talking about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock today is sitting at $933.40 as I'm recording this video. We're up today 0.7%. Yesterday we talked about that. Based on the price action that we saw, we might potentially had Elon Musk sell his shares yesterday based off of this price action, and he did sell his shares. Later on, we're going to be talking about, of course, how many shares that he sold, how many that's left. But as you can see over here, we're doing pretty good today. And the other important thing that we're going to talk about later on also, when you look at the technical analysis, we filled out the gap for Tesla stock. So that is pretty good. So when you look at also Tesla stock, what the overall market is doing, Tesla is actually one of the best performing stocks right now in the overall stock market. We had the financial stocks that was doing pretty good yesterday. They're down. Healthcare, they're pulling back. Even Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, they're not actually doing that much good today. But Tesla is up today 1.3%. So we had some sales by Elon Musk that happened yesterday. So when you go over and look at his transaction, he sold at a price of $969.83. and also at $935.75. So this is the total amount of shares that he sold. So we're getting super close for him to finish selling his shares. So he's only left with around 3 million shares left. So that is less than 30%. So I believe that he's going to potentially finish selling his shares by the end of the year. Once that is complete, I believe that we're going to be rallying to the upside, and we might see Tesla stock to continue to go up as we go into 2022. We might get Santa Claus rally at the same time. So that is pretty good. Another important thing that we need to be watching out for Tesla stock is that even though there's been a lot of selling going on with the CEO of Elon Musk, there has been some insider buying. So overall, when you look at the transactions that's been happening with Tesla stock with insiders, we're getting more of the insiders buying Tesla stock, even though Elon Musk has to sell his shares because of tax reasons. So that is really super bullish for Tesla stock too. Some new news that broke out for Tesla is that they are facing an investor lawsuit over Elon Musk tweet about the 10% stock sales. So do you remember a while back, Elon Musk tweeted about 10% stock sale poll that he posted on his Twitter page for people to vote on the poll to see if they agree for him to sell or not. So when a lot of people voted for him to sell, he basically started selling his shares. So now some investors are suing him. So the main thing that we need to be watching out for this lawsuit is that back in 2018, Elon Musk settled with the SEC over his tweet on taking the company private, agreeing to have the company's lawyer pre-approve tweets with material information about the company. So we have this new recent tweet that he did a poll that can significantly affect the stock price. Of course, when he sells, the stock price can definitely fluctuate up and down a lot. So now they are suing that, okay, did he actually follow up with this 2018 settlement agreement that he did with the SEC? And when you go over in detail and look at exactly where this lawsuit was filed, the lawsuit was filed in Delaware, and it seeks to obtain records and books related to his tweets, including documents to identify whether the stock sale tweets were reviewed or pre-approved in advance. So that is really important because he agreed to do that back in the 2018 SEC settlement that he did. So we'll see how this thing is going to be progressing. So the stock price, of course, is not really fluctuating up and down based off the news. It came out like a few minutes ago, and Tesla stock really did not react that much, anything like that. So I know Tesla stock gets sued a lot too. Like a while back, we talked about JP Morgan suing Tesla over $150 million because Elon Musk tweeted about taking Tesla private. So that is one of those tweets that's also being challenged in court. So now let's talk about Ford stock. So Ford stock is one of the best performing stocks so far this year. Year to date, it's up 134%. So the most important thing that we need to be watching out for Ford is, of course, they are expanding to produce electric vehicles. They produced this year so far 25,000 electric vehicles. And the CEO came out and talked about what their plan is to expand and what they think about Tesla. So let's check out this interview by the CEO, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to go over the technical analysis for Tesla stock and some of the important price levels that we need to be watching out for. So let's check out this video first.
So, Jim, I want to talk about your friendly rivalry, at least on Twitter, with Mr. Elon Musk. I saw that you congratulated him. You were very gracious to congratulate him for being named Times Man of the Year, even though you got Motor Trend Man of the Year. And you said you really set an example for us. Can you catch up and beat Tesla?
Well, the first inning of this 9-inning game is for us to get to 600,000. We think that'll put us in number 2. And then with Tennessee and Kentucky, we really have a chance to get to number 1. It'll depend on the acceptance of those models. That's a couple years away. So it really is on us to execute the products, for them to be received as our first 3 have, and then to scale. A lot of uncertainty, but I wouldn't bet against a Ford team. I really admire Tesla and Elon for what they've done. And it's clearly showed that an always-on relationship with the customer is where this industry is going. Not just propulsion going electric, but actually having a digital relationship with the customer. And I'm very thankful for that. But we're competitors, and I race, and second is the first loser. So we're gonna go for it, and but we'll see how it goes. It'll be a couple of years away.
Yeah. For those of you who haven't seen, you should see some of the photos of Jim Farley behind some of those vintage race cars. You do genuinely race. Let me talk about another competitor, though. The analysts tell me that you probably will produce more electric vehicles this year than General Motors. Can you stay ahead of GM?
Well, they're certainly ramping up, but we have 3 high-volume successes on our hands. So it will come down to that agile team really breaking those constraints. Hard to say, but we sure count on it. We think we'll be number 2 for some time to come in the U.S. and obviously aiming for number 1. But they're ramping up. They have a lot of new models coming out. I wouldn't bet against Ford. The Mach-E, is very successful globally. And we have America's best-selling vehicle for 45 years now, the F-150 that's going electric. That's a pretty strong brand, and the product is very well received, so I wouldn't bet against Ford.
Fair enough. Also, a lot of us are contending right now with COVID and the various variants that are coming up, whether it's Delta or Omicron or whatever. How is that affecting your operations, your production operations?
Well, it's having an impact. Our vaccination rate on our white-collar team is about 85%. We have protocols in our plants. We've been operating for 2 years. They've held up really well. I'm very proud of our team and their safety record. What we're seeing now is impacts on our supply base, where we're having trouble finding labor. And once absenteeism gets above 20%, we start to see interruption on parts shipments. So we are starting to see more and more, actually, the last couple of months, disruptions. Nothing that's really gating us right now. What's gating us is the chips. But it's getting harder and harder to scramble every day to make our production because of some of the absenteeism we're starting to see in our supply base.
Now, before we go talk about a detailed breakdown of Tesla stock technical analysis, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. We have more than 90% of people that watch the channel not subscribed yet. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification to stay up to date on what is going on with Tesla stock. So as you can see over here, Tesla stock actually filled the gap that we've been talking about for the past few weeks. The gap was right around over here between $908 and $950. Today, we officially filled the gap, and we had a slight reversal that happened today. We're experiencing the reversal right now. Since he's super close to finish selling his shares, it would be ideal if we can actually hold this area as a good support. And if we can stay above $900, we can potentially go back and retest the $1,000 area by the end of the year with a Santa Claus rally that could potentially happen. So that is really important price point to watch for Tesla stock is $900. That's a psychological number. A lot of people, if it goes below $900, maybe they want to buy it, or a lot of people that want, they're scared or they have stop losses over your $900, they might get executed. So it's very psychological number, $900. So this is really important. This is the price point level that we need to be watching out for that could potentially act as a support. So definitely keep an eye on this $900 levels. So the short-term price prediction for Tesla stock is for us to hover between this $900 and $950. And if Elon Musk can finish selling his shares while we just consolidating in this area, I think we can be able to retest the $1,000 by the end of the year as we go into 2022. So that's going to be the price prediction. That is super bullish, of course, but we can still, break down and go to $875 if Elon Musk, sells and the overall market shifts down. So we're getting some, more news about the new variant, spreading in the US. So you never know what can happen in the holidays. So we need to keep in mind also that catalyst. So that's going to be for the video. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want free stocks, check out the links in the description box below. Moomoo is offering 5 free stocks for Christmas. So that's pretty massive. But I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.